Carmi White County Bulldog Basketball, a production of TOC Direct Media, audio, video, print, and internet, is brought to you by Rice Motor Company, Cherry Street Automotive, Citizens National Bank, Nancy J. Winter CPA, First Mid Bank and Trust, Hale Body Shop, Roark Transport, Farrell Hospital, Little Giant Grocery Outlet, Jordan Funeral Group, Wabash Christian Therapy, Bush & Associates CPAs, Taylor Eye Care, People's National Bank, Hamilton Memorial Hospital, Rush Appliance, Wabash General Hospital, Boomtown Solar Energy, First Bank, and Carmi Lumber Company. Good evening, Bulldog fans. Welcome to McDougall Evers Gymnasium. Girls basketball tonight as the Lady Bulldogs take on the Lady Mules of Fairfield in a BDC matchup. Lady Dogs looking for their first conference win of the season. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. JC Tinsley is back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Well, Travis, last time we saw Lady Bulldogs a couple weeks ago when they played at El Dorado, a heartbreaking overtime loss. Since then, they went 3-1 in the Lady Eagle Classic last week, winning 5th place in that tournament. Travis, I think they're starting to play some better basketball here as we get close to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, they're starting to really figure it out. With all the girls getting more varsity experience, you can see it game by game, minute by minute. They're getting better. They're cutting down on the turnovers. They rebound the ball well, and they're playing good defense without fouling, which was a problem early on in the season. But this team is really making a great, turnaround and really good on a good stretch run here towards regional time.
Carmi is 9-14 on the year. I was wrong, they went 2-1 last week in the Lady Eagle Classic. They lost to Goreville in the opening round, then beat JC in the semifinals, and then beat Gallatin County in the 5th place game last Wednesday. Again, 9 wins on the year. They're 0-6 though in the BDC. They thought that first win definitely could have came against El Dorado a couple Thursdays ago when they lost in overtime. Travis, that was a game that Carmi played, probably their best game of the season, but down the stretch they had a lead, had a hard time taking care of the ball. El Dorado got the steals, hit the shots, and they won that game. But again, Carmi able to bounce back, beat a couple of good teams, including a big win over Gallatin County. And Gallatin County actually beat Fairfield last week. So if you want to kind of look at numbers and common opponents, but like you said, Carmi in that tournament, I thought that showed a lot of maturity for this team to have that tough loss and even lose in the first round to win 2 in a row and bring home a trophy. Yeah,
when you bring home a trophy in any tournament, it's a really great thing. And at the beginning of the year, if you told them that they'd be taking home a 5th place trophy at the midseason, midwinter tournament, I think they would take it. And this team is getting better every single game, and it's just really impressive how they've gone from where they've struggled early on taking care of the ball. They still have a couple, little spurts here and there where they have a little bit of trouble with that, but they've gotten really good at not turning the ball over.
Just 6 games left in the regular season for the Lady Bulldogs as they travel to Edwards County on Thursday. They'll play 2 conference games next week. Monday at home against Hamilton County. Thursday they'll go to Flora, and then the following Monday they'll be at Gallatin, and then home against Woodlawn the Thursday after that. So regular season winding down for the Lady Bulldogs. They are hosting regionals this week. That will be the week of Valentine's Day, that Thursday. So here in a couple weeks, it's when things start to get real for Clinton Wolf and the Lady Bulldogs. We'll take a 2-minute break. We come back and get you ready for the opening tip between Carmi and Fairfield right here on 97.3 WRUL.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Mom is so happy at Wabash Christian Supportive Living. She enjoys herself, loves the food, and I've seen a positive change in her health.
Hi, this is Kathleen Garner, Residential Service Director for Wabash Christian Supported Living. And if your mom is still independent but missing out on socialization, isn't eating properly, struggles to maintain her household, or just needs daily support, Wabash Christian Supported Living is perfect. Wabash Christian Supported Living even offers on-site therapy. As a faith-based organization, you'll both feel confident our actions and conduct reflect your standards. Learn more by calling 382-2900.
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself with all your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
Carmi taking on Fairfield tonight at McDougall Gymnasium. Cole Carter and Travis Black as the Lady Bulldogs are 9-14 on the year, and Fairfield is 13-11 on the campaign. These two teams met early last month. It was a 22-point win for the Lady Mules in Fairfield, so Carmi trying to turn that result around and pick up their first conference win of the year. Fairfield won the JV game 35-30 was the final score there. And again, we'll have more Lady Bulldog basketball later on this week as they travel to Edwards County on Thursday. And the boys basketball team will travel to Grayville on Friday. So the flag is being lowered. That means it is time for the national anthem. We'll step aside and then come back with the starting lines between Carmi and Grayville. Back in 2 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
You lock up your house, you lock up your car. Citizens National Bank of Albion works hard to keep your identity and personal account information safe and secure. We encourage you to do the same. Be very cautious when receiving phone calls asking for your personal information, online banking username and passwords. CNB will never ask you for your information over the phone. Never give out your personal information. Citizens National Bank of Albion, no better banking, member FDIC.
This is Nancy J. Winter, CPA. It has been a pleasure to grow with you, to go through the stages of your life. I would just like to say thank you to all of my clients, past and present. And as one client recently said, it's like we are family. We strive to do the best we can for you, whether it be in tax season or out, and whether it be a tax situation, a financial situation, or just someone to talk to about how things are going. Thank you for counting on us. Stop by my office on Cherry Street in Carmi, or visit me at nancyjwintercpa.com.
Family medicine providers care for everyone in your family through all stages of life. If you need a primary care provider, Farrell Hospital has 3 new family medicine physicians accepting new patients. Dr. Clay Ford in Harrisburg, Dr. Samantha Mosby in El Dorado, and Dr. Chris Moore in McLeansboro for quality, convenient primary care close to home for both adults and children. Visit farrellhospital.org and call to make your appointment today.
Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi has over 500 eyeglass frames to choose from in stock. Also, a large selection of designer sunglass, non-prescription or prescription. Taylor Eye Care treats every patient like a member of their family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Call Taylor Eye Care at 618-382-4683 for your next eye exam. That's 618-382-4683. Taylor Eye Care, excellence in eye care.
Back here at Carmi, beating the starting lines for both squads. 9-14 Carmi and 13-11 Fairfield. The starters for the Lady Mules, they're going to go at number 4. That is Mabry Ellis. She is a 5'3 junior. Number 10. Where'd she go? I had number 10 on here. Is that Edwards? Riley Edwards, who's got 2 different numbers on the roster. Wearing number 10 tonight is Edwards. Also number 11. That will be Corey Simpson. Or Corey Sutton, excuse me. I mean, I've got everything messed up here, Travis. Sutton is the starter. And then as well as number 20, Keely Lee. And number 21, Destiny Hooker. So for Coach Tanya Conrad and the Lady Mules of Fairfield, That is Ellis, Edwards, Sutton, Lee, and Hooker. All right, for Clinton Wolf and the Lady Bulldogs, he has switched things up a few times throughout the season, but tonight he's going to go with number 1, Johanna Smith. Johanna is a 5'3" junior. Also number 5, Caroline Simmons, a 5'4" freshman. Number 10, Lily Pollard, 5'6" senior. Number 14, Mara Serafini, a 5'7" junior. And number 32, Ashlyn Rager, a 5'7" sophomore. For Clinton Wolf, that is Smith, Simmons, Pollard, Serafini, and Rager. Again, Carmine looking to pick up that first conference win. First conference win, and they've come close. Really thought they were going to have it a couple weeks ago at El Dorado. But, you know, it's kind of like the boys we talked about last week, Travis. You've got to play 4 quarters. And we've seen a lot of times this year the Lady Bulldogs play 3.5 quarters of really good basketball, but you've got to play 4 to win games in high school.
Yeah, you got to run through the tape, got to finish it.
Yep.
Till the whistle blows, the horn sounds. Got to be playing well.
Carmine in their home white uniforms, going right to left here in the first half. Fairfield in their road blacks, trimmed in red and white. They win the tip. And we are underway. Ellis has it now on the near side. She goes to Hooker, down to the post. A loose ball goes in the far corner, out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Fairfield, Carmi ball. So Lady Bulldogs force a turnover on the first defensive possession. Scoreless game, 15 seconds gone. Into the front court, Smith, now left side Pollard. She looks. Down the right top goes to Rager. Rager in the far corner, that ball kicked. And it will stay as the ball was kicked out of bounds. It will stay with Carmine. A little bit of miscommunication on the offensive end for Carmine. Their offensive set. Smith was left open. I don't think Rager expected her to be that open. Rager gets it into Simmons. Now back on the right side to Rager. Top of the circle, Simmons. Now left side, Smith. As Fairfield in a man-to-man defense to start the ball game. Right side, Serafini. Serafini looks, fakes the pass, now goes left side to Rager. In the near corner, Smith has it. Bounce pass looking for Simmons is taken away and stolen away by Lee for Fairfield. And a pass up ahead is going to be a jump ball, as that was Pollard that got in there to force the jump ball, and the arrow favors Carmine.
2 possessions, 3 turnovers.
And both teams a sluggish start here in the first 43 seconds. Inbounds pass goes to Caroline Simmons, and an over and back is going to be called. So make that 4 turnovers in the first possessions.
Not a good start for either team.
7:15 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Across the timeline with it. This is Ellis down the right side. They get it to Lee. Lee looks top of the circle. 3-point shot on the way and no good from Edwards. And the rebound is controlled by Pollard. It's actually Sutton who missed a 3-point shot there. 1 minute gone here in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Smith across the timeline, now left side to Serafini. In the near corner, they get it to Simmons. Now back left top to Serafini. They swing it around, right side, they go to Smith. Smith dribbles in, trying to get around her defender, puts up a shot. It's off the mark, rebound controlled by Hooker, and Fairfield comes the other way. 90 seconds gone here in the first quarter. She goes to her left, hands it off to Hooker on the far side. She'll fire a 3-point shot. Off the back of the rim, a long rebound is going to be controlled by Sutton. Second chance here for Fairfield. Over on the right side, this is going to be Ellis putting on the floor. Ellis tries to spin now in the near corner. Ball goes through the hands of Sutton and out of bounds. Ball will go back over to Carmine. Man, both teams just cannot take care of the basketball.
Yeah, it seems like they've been eating popcorn in between games there and got some butter on there.
All right, so here comes Carmine at the other end. On the right side, they go to Simmons. Down to the post, Rager has it. Rager tries to turn, picks up her dribble, and
there's number 3 for
another
Carmine.
turnover. They call it travel.
Jump ball.
Jump ball with the arrow favoring Fairfield. .553 to go here in the first quarter. Into the front court with it. On the right side, they get it over to Lee. Lee in the post. That pass deflected and almost taken away. It is taken away by Simmons, but she lost it. Going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Fairfield. So Carmi has the ball, 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Smith into the front court, bounce pass on the right side to Pollard, now left side, Rager with it. In the near corner, it's Simmons. Simmons shot fake, wants to go baseline, now pulls it back out. Step back jump shot on the way, no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Hooker coming the other way for Fairfield. Pass up ahead through the hands of her intended receiver, out of bounds. It is just a turnover parade here in Carmi.
You know, they say it's raining threes or, you know, drizzling twos. What's another phrase for turning the ball over?
That I don't know. Into the front court, Simmons on the left top. Picks up her dribble, goes cross court to Serafini. She'll try a three-point shot, and finally we got our first basket. Mara Serafini from downtown, a first bank three-pointer, and it's 3-0 Lady Bulldogs. Under 5 to play here in the first quarter. On the right side with it, this is Sutton. Got to Hooker, now it's back to Sutton. Hooker top of the circle now on the far side. She looks down to Hooker in the post, back up top. They swing it around. Still looking, now back on the left side. They get it over to Ellis. Ellis puts it on the floor, goes to the basket, shot no good. Rebound Pollard, and a foul going to be called against Fairfield. That one going to be against Ellis. That will be her first foul in this game. 3-0 Carmi, 4.5 to play here in the first quarter. Smith across the timeline, left side to Serafini. Now in the near corner, Rager has it. Rager, bounce pass. Now it's Simmons with it. Simmons fakes the pass right, now goes to the near corner to Rager. Rager looks, still looking. Now back to Simmons, and they swing it around the right side now to Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, looking to get rid of it. Still looking, now pulls it out. And Carmi will set up their offense here. Halfway through the first quarter, 3-0 Carmi. Simmons fakes the pass left, looks now, goes left to Serafini in the near corner. And on the far side, Smith with it. Smith drives in. Now it's Pollard trying to go baseline, and they're going to be a foul that is called against Fairfield. The drive there by Pollard.
Carmi's offense right now seems a little slow get going, a little discombobulated, a little stagnant.
Smith to inbound, gets it to Serafini cutting, and Serafini will draw the foul. And so Serafini draws the foul on her way to the basket, so she'll go to the free throw line for 2. She had a three-pointer last possession to put us where we are now in terms of score, 3-0 Carmi. 3:48 to play here in the first quarter. First free throw on the way for Serafini. He's going to bounce in. .348 to play here in the first. And Serafini's second free throw is going to roll in. Mara's got 5 here in the first quarter. All 5 for Carmi. 5-0 Lady Bulldogs. 3:44 to play here in the first. Across the timeline, this is going to be Lee with it. Hands it off. Now cutting inside is Ellis. Ellis now back on the right top to Hooker. Hooker looks to get inside, picks up her dribble. Now on the right top, Edwards with it. Edwards drives it, now goes back on the right side. Edwards is going to be called for a travel. Another Fairfield turnover. Man, the Carmi defense really picking things up in this first quarter.
And they're doing a good job at making them shuffle the shoes, picking up the dribble before they're ready, making, you know, really questionable passes.
3:15 to go in the first. 5-0 Carmi. Pollard in the right corner goes to Simmons. Simmons jab step, now dribbles. Leaves it for Smith. Her shot is going to be blocked, and Hooker almost had the rebound. Simmons took it away from her, and Simmons will go to the basket and draw the foul. And so Caroline Simmons will go to the free throw line here to shoot a pair of free throws. That foul was on Hooker, her second, and the 4th foul against Fairfield in this first half. And Simmons hits the free throw, makes it 6-0 Carmi. Caroline Simmons so far this season, a 67% free throw shooter, goes 2 for 2. And the Lady Bulldogs off to a 7-0 lead. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. A defensive foul, to say the least, here in the first quarter. Lee picks up her dribble, now on the right side, Hooker with it. Hooker, bounce pass in the post is going to be taken away by Lily Pollard, and Pollard commits a foul on Hooker. That's Hooker's 3rd here in the first quarter. Fairfield just looks lost in the offensive end, but now you got a starter in Hooker who's got 3 fouls.
You might not see her till the third quarter.
So 2:44 to play in the first. Smith into the front court. On the right side, Serafini with it. Serafini looks. Now to Rager in the post. Down the far corner, 3-point shot on the way for Caroline Simmons is up and good. Simmons with 5, 10-0 Carmi, 2:20 to play here in the first quarter. Driving inside is Ellis. Ellis bounce pass on the right top. Putting on the floor is Smith. Now in the near corner, Ellis wants to go baseline. Back on the near corner, deep 2-point shot for Smith is good. So Olivia Smith with her first basket, first point in the game for Fairfield, and it's 10-2. Down low to Simmons. She'll throw one up. It's off the mark. And the loose rebound is going to be out of bounds.
It's going to be Carmine's ball, it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, we got a foul.
No, a foul is going to be called. You're right, Travis. So, who'd they call the foul on?
Number 10, it looks like.
Okay, so that's going to be Edwards
Riley
who picked up
Edwards.
the foul. Out of bounds. To get you caught up where we are, Carmi leading Fairfield 12-5 here, 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Cole Carter alongside Travis Black, JC Tinsley back at the studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Hopefully we got all the kinks worked out, but driving inside and scoring the basket is Mars Serafini. She's had a pretty good first half, 7 points. And the Carmi lead is up to 9. Carmi looking very good on both ends of the floor in this first half. Leading 14-5. Here's Edwards. She'll put up a shot. It's off the side of the rim, and the rebound is grabbed by Caroline Simmons. Lady Bulldogs on the run. Simmons will pull this one out. Now goes to Smith left side. Smith now it's Hawkins at the free throw line. Hawkins looks, dribbles to her right now in the far corner. Serafini catch and shoot 3 too hard, and a foul called away from the ball. This one's going to be on Lily Pollard. So the ball goes back over to Fairfield. 5:01 to play here in the second quarter. Across the timeline, it's going to be Ellis with it. Ellis, bounce pass left side, gets it over to Lee. Lee looks, lobs it down low. Catching now top of the circle. They swing it around left side. Lee with it. Lee. Ellis now back on the right side. 3-point shot on the way is good. There from Edwards. And Riley Edwards puts Fairfield back within 6, 14-8 with 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Smith will pull this one out. 4:20 to play here in the second quarter. Carmi leading 14-8. Simmons right top, down in the free throw lane to Pollard. Got stripped on her way up, and it's taken away by Ellis. Lady Mules walking across the timeline. Fairfield starting to get a little bit of rhythm on the offensive end. Carmi started this game on a 10-0 run. Now lead 14-8. Three-point shot. Left side is up and good from Smith. Olivia Smith for Fairfield with a three-point shot. She's got 5, and it's just 14-11 now, Carmi. Hawkins left top. Now it's Pollard going to right. Now left side, Serafini near corner. Smith, who wants to go baseline. Bounce pass to Hawkins in the post. Pass was at her feet. And they're going to call a jump ball with the arrow favoring Carmi. (14-11), 3:38 to play here in the second quarter. Smith to inbound. She looks. Now goes to the near corner, Simmons. Shot fake, Simmons puts on the floor, back in the near corner to Smith. Double team now, Hawkins down low, puts up a shot in the paint, no good. And the rebound goes off a Fairfield player's foot, but she's able to go get it. That was Smith who saved it for Fairfield. Lady Mules come the other way. Ellis, cross-court pass, and a nice extra pass to the post, and the basket is good. So Gasek scores the basket for Fairfield. And just like that, the Lady Mules back within 1 at 14-13 as Sutton checks back in for the Lady Mules. Fairfield currently on a 13-4 run, and the free throw was a miss, but it wouldn't have counted as a lane violation is called against the Lady Mules. So Ashlyn Rager will check back in for the Lady Bulldogs. 3:19 to play here in the second quarter. And so Carmi will walk the ball to the other end. Smith across the timeline. Goes to her left side to Simmons. Simmons back to Smith. Dribbles to her right. Now on the far side, Serafini with it. Serafini looks, ball above her head. Now back to Smith. At the free throw line, Rager shot short. Rebound tipped. Rager got the offensive rebound. And now it's back up to Smith on the far side. Serafini fires for 3. It's short. Rager got the offensive rebound. Another chance here for Carmi as Smith's shot won't bounce in. And the rebound is ripped away from Pollard. That was Gonzalez who took it away. And Carmi, 3 or 4 looks on that possession, and they come up empty-handed.
Yeah, they got a bunch of really nice looks right there, just unable to convert.
This kind of shows how the second quarter has gone for Carmi. A pretty good first quarter. They were doing pretty well on both ends, but here in the second, especially that possession, Carmi just couldn't get it to fall. 2:44 to play here in the second quarter. 14-13 Carmi. Left side, Gonzalez down low to Ellis, and a foul going to be called against Carmi on the pass to Ellis against Johanna Smith. That will be Johanna's second foul, and the 5th against Carmi in this half. 2:33 to play here in the second. So Ellis to inbound, lobs it inside. They go left top. This is Gonzalez with it. Gonzalez cross-court pass in the near corner. Ellis wants to go baseline. Now bounce pass on the right top. This is Sutton. They go left top to Smith. Now top of the key, Sutton for 3. It's short. Long rebound is off the hands of a Fairfield player. Out of bounds. Carmi will get possession with 2:16 to play here in the second quarter. So Addie Elliott will check in for the first time tonight. Elliott, the freshman guard. So the 2 freshmen in there, Elliott and Simmons. Shemaine Level also in there with Ashlyn Rager and Mara Serafini. Elliott into the front court. Goes left side, Level. Level fakes the pass, now goes back on the right side. Elliott to Simmons on the right top. Now back left side to Elliott. Back to Simmons, drives inside, far corner. Serafini wants to go baseline, gets it over to Level. Shot fake, Level tries to go through defenders, and Shemaine Level draws a foul. She'll go to the free throw line.
Good job by Shemaine right there, cutting when she saw Mara was driving the baseline, putting herself in a good enough position, catch a pass, and draw the foul.
1:53 to go here in the second quarter, and so Shemaine Level will shoot 2 free throws. And so far this season, Shemaine is a 64% free throw shooter, but missed that one. She'll have one more. 1:53 to go in the second quarter. 14-13 Carmi. Second free throw for Level on the way. Got that one. Shemaine's got her first basket, or her first point. And it's 15-13. Final 1:50 to play here in the second quarter. Ellis across the timeline. Goes to the right side with it is Sutton. Sutton back on the right side on a pass from Smith. Cutting down low, that pass deflected, went out of bounds, is looking for Edwards. And it will stay with Fairfield. 1:35 to go in the first half. 15-13, Carmi with the lead. They've led the whole game. Started the game on a 10-0 run. Fairfield has climbed back, and they've got within 1 point earlier, now down by 2. They go on the cross court. Edwards to the basket. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Gonzalez. Now it's Smith with it. Back to Gonzalez. Gets it over on the far side to Sutton. Now it's Edwards with 1 minute and 22 seconds to go in the second quarter. Top of the circle, Ellis. Down the near side to Sutton. Sutton looks. Edwards cutting, doesn't go to her. Now goes cross court to Smith. Open for 3. Got it. And they're going to call a foul before the shot. Or who was the foul on?
Caroline. Wait,
they're
black
call
five.
the foul on Fairfield.
It was, both fives were in the play. I assumed it was on Caroline Simmons.
So now the official
is overturning.
Yeah. So he said he said the wrong color.
Okay.
He called it on black 5, but it was on white 5. So Caroline Simmons picks up her first foul. Now the basket does count. So Fairfield gets the 3, and they get the ball back with the foul, and they get it inside to Edwards, who scores. So it turns into a 4-point possession, or a 5-point possession for Fairfield, and the Lady Mules now lead 18-15. 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Simmons on the right top, now on the right side to Elliott. Far corner, Serafini. Top of the circle, Simmons dribbles in. Simmons dumps it off to Rager, who turns and scores, and one. Great ball movement by Carmi, and Rager a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. With 50.4 seconds to play. And so they're trying to figure out if that 3 points. Okay, so as Rager missed the free throw, that 3-point basket by Fairfield on the last trip did not count. So it makes it 17-15 Carmi with 43 seconds. On the right side, Gonzalez. So Carmi leads 17-15, now 38 seconds. Left side, Ellis open for 3. Way too hard, rebound Rager. Clinton Wolf says, hang on, let's hold for 1. That's what they'll do with 28 seconds to play in the first half. Simmons will cross the timeline, and Clinton Wolf will call the play with 20 seconds. Simmons waits. Wolf calls the play, 14 seconds. Hands it off to Elliott, 12 seconds. Elliott goes to her left. Now it's Rager, top of the circle, Level. Level, back left side to Serafini. Ellis got through a screen. Serafini goes baseline, shot no good. And Simmons trying to fight for the rebound. Loose ball, and a jump ball is called, but the time in the second quarter runs out. So at the half, Carmi with a 2-point lead, 17-15 over Fairfield. We go to halftime back in 3 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
Roark Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this area have depended on. Roark Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling from parking lots, driveways, and washouts. Roark Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember Roark Transport for fast, dependable service. Call Roark Transport today at 265-3665.
Evil Eye Creative Studio in Carmi is a full-service communications and design consultancy. Located in the heart of Southern Illinois, we have a strong focus on small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. From t-shirts to business cards to large format banners, we are excited to make your design project a reality. We also specialize in video and audio production. Reach out to us to see how we can create something amazing together, all within your budget. Evil Eye Creative Studio. What can we create with you?
Teamwork, Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Carmi Lumber celebrates the student athletes competing and wishes them great success. Depend on the team at Carmi Lumber for all success with your home projects, electrical, plumbing, lumber, hardware, and more. Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Visit them on North 3rd Street in Carmi or carmilumber.net. Carmi Lumber, proud supporter of area athletes.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay a friend, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep your finances simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust, you can manage your money anytime right from your smartphone. You can even sign up for real-time alerts to stay on top of your account activity. Learn more about these conveniences at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love. From treating all aspects of heart health, diagnosis, treatment, and management of your heart condition to an orthopedic team ready to restore your quality of life by improving your mobility, flexibility, endurance, and strength. Call Wabash General Hospital today. 618-262-8621. Wabash General Hospital. Committed to combining passion and knowledge to heal. Visit wabashgeneral.com for more information.
Your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and a promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day wrecker and towing service, tires from sales and service, and repair including muffler service, brakes, shocks, suspension, and more. When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. Your partner in auto repair. Call 382-7165 today.
Halftime here at McDougall-Evers Gymnasium. Carmi leading Fairfield 17-15. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. JC Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. I do apologize. We had some technical issues earlier in the ball game. We got those worked out, and we're broadcasting a pretty exciting game so far. A 2-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. The halftime show is brought to you by the Jordan Funeral Group. Remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog athletics. Visit jordanfuneralgroup.com for more. So scoring recap individually there in the first half. Carmi led by Mara Serafini, who scored 7 points. They got 5 points from Caroline Simmons, 2 apiece from Ashlyn Rager and Johanna Smith, and 1 point for Shemaine Lovell. For Fairfield, 8 points for Olivia Smith, as well as 8 points for Riley Edwards, 2 leading scorers, and then just 2 points for Lily Gasick. So if my math is right, yeah, just 3 Lady Mules scored there in that first half, and actually it was Smith with just 5 because they had the 3-point shot that didn't count. So now the math is correct. So 5 for Smith, 8 for Edwards, and 2 for Gasick is all the individual scoring for Fairfield there in that first half. But Travis, I thought Carmi did a good job of getting off to a good start, a 10-0 lead. But then when Fairfield started to hit their shots, Carmi had a hard time taking care of the ball, and they allowed Fairfield to get back in the ball game, a 2-point game at halftime.
Yeah, they got their lead by forcing Fairfield into a lot of bad passes and getting a lot of turnovers. Fairfield had 7 turnovers in the first quarter, and then that's when Carmi made their run and Fairfield started making their run when they stopped turning the basketball over, and they didn't have a single turnover in that second quarter. Carmi's offense was really good early on in the half court. They were moving the ball well, hitting the open man, and converting on a lot of baskets. Second quarter, they were getting the same looks. They just weren't converting on them, and I think if they continue to run the offense like they were and, take care of the basketball better than they did in that second quarter, I think they'll put themselves in good position.
What were the team stats in the first half, Travis?
Carmi shot 5 of 18 for 29%, 2 of 5 from deep for 40%, 5 of 7 from the line for 71%. Fairfield shot 6 of 15 for 40%, 3 of 8 from deep for 38%, and they were 0 of 1 from the line. Carmi had 4 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds with 5 turnovers, and Fairfield had 2 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds with 7 turnovers.
So again, Carmi leading Fairfield at the half, 17-15. The JV game earlier, Fairfield won that game 35-30. So Carmi trying to avoid the sweep on the night. Again, Lady Bulldogs will go to Edwards County on Thursday, and they will host Hamilton County on Monday. Boys will be back in action on Friday as they travel to Crayville this Friday night. We'll take a 3-minute break. We come back with the second half for you back in 3 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Things come and go. Trends, fads, rolled jeans, leg warmers, big hairdos. Some things stand the test of time. However, here at the Jordan Funeral Group, we intend to be here for you for the long haul. So whether you need pre-planning services, personalized services, or just need more information, count on us at Campbell Funeral Home and Stendeback Funeral Home. Call 618-382-5222 or visit us at jordanfuneralgroup.com. Family owned and operated since 1954.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's Luke Saylor with First Bank. First Bank is a proud supporter of Bulldog athletics and the community at large. For over 125 years, First Bank has been there for you then, now, and are well positioned to continue serving you well into the future as we invest in our community. To show another way we are caring for Carmi, First Bank will donate $3 back to the Carmi school system for every Bulldog three-pointer this season. Together, we look forward to making great things happen for you, your business, and our community.
Housing lender, member FDIC.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Mom is so happy at Wabash Christian Supportive Living. She enjoys herself, loves the food, and I've seen a positive change in her health.
Hi, this is Kathleen Garner, Residential Service Director for Wabash Christian Supported Living. And if your mom is still independent but missing out on socialization, isn't eating properly, struggles to maintain her household, or just needs daily support, Wabash Christian Supported Living is perfect. Wabash Christian Supported Living even offers on-site therapy. As a faith-based organization, you'll both feel confident our actions and conduct reflect your standards. Learn more by calling 382-2900.
McDougal Evers, Carmi leading Fairfield 17-15. Cole Carter and Travis Black with the J.C. Tinsley back at the studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. The halftime show was brought to you by the Jordan Funeral Group. Remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog athletics. Visit jordanfuneralgroup.com for more. So we'll be Fairfield ball to start the third quarter of play. They'll be going right to left here in the second half. Carmi will go left to right here in the third and fourth quarters. Well, Travis, is more or less going to come down to whichever team can not turn the ball over as much as they did there in the first half.
Take care of the basketball.
Yeah, and both teams were starting to hit their shots there towards the end of the first half, but man, there in the start, it was the turnover party for both sides.
Yeah, first 5 possessions had 5 turnovers, and that's not a good sign.
It is Monday. Everybody's still getting loose, I guess. All right, so Fairfield has the ball as we start the second half of play. On the right side, they get it over to Lee. Left top. This is Gasek with it. Top of the circle as Fairfield did not go back to their starting 5. Hooker still on the bench with 3 fouls. They go to Ellis left top and
right on cue.
Right on cue of how the first half started. Turnover for Fairfield. 22 seconds gone here in the third quarter. So how will Carmi come out here in the second half offensively as Johanna Smith walks it across the timeline. Left top to Simmons, fakes the pass. Now cutting at the top of the circle is Rager. On the far corner goes to Pollard. Now left side to Simmons. Simmons puts it on the floor. Now it's Smith on the right top to Serafini. Serafini puts on the floor. Now stops, pops for three, too hard, and the rebound goes out to Riley Edwards. Still a 2-point Lady Bulldog lead, 7:07 to play in the third quarter. On the left top, Smith has it. Top of the circle now, they get it in the hands of Lee. On the right side, Kasich just waiting, still waiting as Ashlyn Rager about 7 feet off of her. Ellis top of the key, now back to Kasich on the right side. She'll wait as Rager continues to back down. Now Smith left side to Edwards. Edwards waits as Fairfield is kind of running a flex type offense, and the 3-point shot on the right wing is off the mark. Rager grabs the rebound and she is fouled. Foul there by Kasich, so the ball goes back over to Carmine. 6:38 to play here in the third quarter. 17-15, Carmine with the lead. Smith across the timeline. Goes to the free throw line to Serafini. Now in the near corner, it's Rager. Rager, one dribble, now left side back on the right side it is to Smith. Now in the near corner to Serafini. Pollard posting up, one dribble. Lily turns around, shoots and gets the roll. How many times has Lily shot that shot this year and got a roll just like that off the rim through the net?
Too many times to count. If I had a nickel, I'd have $20.
Pollard with her first basket, the senior, and it's 19-15 Carmi. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. In the near corner, Ellis with it. Ellis wants to drive in, left, now back, now right. Now it's Edwards left top of the circle with it is Smith. On the right side now, it's Lee. Back left top to Ellis. Ellis, top of the circle, they swing it around again. A lot of movement around the outside for Fairfield in the offense. There's a 3-point shot from Edwards on the way, in and out, and the rebound controlled by Caroline Simmons. Across the timeline, goes left side, Johanna Smith. Far corner, it's Serafini. Serafini looks now back to Smith on the left side. Back in the far corner, Serafini. Down low, it's Pollard. Pollard dribbles, lost it, taken away by Fairfield. Ellis comes the other way, into the front court. Ellis turns, now goes left side to Edwards. Edwards waits, met there by Pollard. Now Smith at the top of the circle on the right side, into the hands of Lee. Cross-court pass left side to Ellis. Now it's Edwards, and Fairfield continues this patient offensive set around the perimeter. On the far side, down to the post, it's going to be Kasich with it. Top of the circle to Ellis putting on the floor. Ellis gets inside, and she travels. Another Fairfield turnover. So Carmi again forcing turnovers on the defensive end. 4-point Lady Bulldog lead, 19-15, 4:45 to play in the third quarter. Smith, right side, Serafini. In the near corner, it's Pollard. Her mid-range jumper, and then out. Rebound is grabbed by Edwards. Fairfield comes the other way. Edwards into the front court, crossover, spinning off Pollard. Now inside, throws one up, no good. Got her own rebound, though. Tries to force her way back up, and a foul or a jump ball is going to be called. Thought they might have got a foul against Carmi, but they say jump ball with the arrow favoring the Lady Bulldogs. So will that go down as a turnover, Travis?
Yep, that does go down as a turnover.
Wasn't sure because it was after a shot, but another Fairfield turnover. 4-point Carmi lead, 19-15, 4:18 to play in the third. Serafini drives in the far corner. She almost carried about 2 or 3 times. Picks up her dribble, though, and throws it off the leg of Kasich out of bounds. It will stay with Carmi. You could tell Carmi trying to go inside a lot more in this third quarter with Rager and Pollard. That's what Serafini was trying to do.
Yeah, with Hooker out for Fairfield, Fairfield doesn't really go that big across in size.
Well, Simmons will exchange a travel of her own as she moved that pivot foot trying to go inside. So another Carmi turnover. 19-15, Lady Bulldogs lead. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ellis across the timeline, goes to her right. Now it's Edwards right top. Deep three on the way from Edwards is good. Riley Edwards from downtown. Edwards has 11. And the Lady Mules within 1. 19-18, their first basket here in the third quarter. Near side, Simmons. Smith between the circles, now back on the near top to Simmons. Baseline drive, picks up her dribble. Mid-range jumper is left short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. They say off Mara Serafini, so Fairfield takes back over on offense. 3:36 to go in the third quarter, 19-18. Lady Bulldogs with the lead. Ellis into the front court. Crossover against Smith. Goes left, now back right on the left top with it is Smith. Smith puts on the floor, goes in the far corner to Gasek. Gasek now trying to work on Ashlyn Rager. Back left top to Ellis. Ellis shot fake and a drive with the right hand. Ellis on the right top to Smith. Smith in the far corner goes to Edwards. Edwards driving inside now. Edwards throws one up. They're going to get a foul call. As Edwards will go to the free throw line. Leading scorer in the game, Riley Edwards with 11 points. That's the third foul on Johanna Smith. So Edwards will shoot 2 with 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. First free throw on the way for Edwards. Got it. And we are tied at 19. Gonzalez and Sutton check back into the game for Fairfield. Still playing without one of the starters, Destiny Hooker, a 5'8 senior who's got 3 fouls, has not played since the first quarter. Edwards goes 2 for 2. She's got 13, and Fairfield, I believe, has taken, their second lead of the game. They led earlier. They haven't led because it was called back with a 3-point shot. So this is Fairfield's first lead of the game. Serafini, corner 3, might have been tipped. It's an air ball, and Fairfield comes the other way. That pass was tipped and taken away by Serafini. Mara, 2 steps inside, puts it up and in. Serafini missed the 3, but got a second chance. Lady Bulldogs take that lead right back, 21-20. 2:38 to play here in the third quarter. Edwards across the timeline, goes to her left in the near corner. Gonzalez will fire a left-handed 3-point shot. Nothing but net to answer. Jalen Gonzalez, her first basket, 23-21 Fairfield. 2:20 to play here in the third. Left side, Pollard. Pollard, top of the circle on the right side to Serafini. Left side, Simmons now. She'll fire a left wing 3 off the right side of the rim, but the rebound bounces right to Ashlyn Rager. Rager back out to Simmons. She lost it. Loose ball. They're going to call a jump ball with the arrow favoring the Lady Mules. It was a good job by Rager getting the offensive rebound. Bounced right to her, but the pass to Simmons a little bit off.
Yeah, a little bit low.
Yeah, a little bit low.
And on the ground ball.
And obviously, when you get a second chance, it's great, but you got to find a way to take advantage of it. 23-21, Fairfield, 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Edwards gets inside. Now it's Hooker who's back in the ballgame for the first time since the first quarter. Has it now on the right side. They get it to Sutton. Sutton shot fake, now drives left, hands it off of the left top to Gonzalez. Dribble weave action here for Fairfield. Gonzalez bounce pass to Edwards. Shot in the lane, good. Riley Edwards has 15. And the Fairfield lead up to 4. 25-21, 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Simmons right top. Simmons looks. Cutting up top now is Rager. Rager looking left, now looks to her right, over to Pollard on the right top. Carmine now running a flex offense. Serafini left side, now puts it on the floor. Bounce pass on the right wing to Smith. Smith fakes, now top of the circle. Simmons, Serafini left wide open. They don't see her. Now it's Rager with 1:05 to play. Rager picks up her dribble. Now it's Pollard. Far corner, Simmons. Simmons in the post. Smith turns and draws a foul. Nice patient offense by the Lady Bulldogs as Smith found a seam and a good pass from Simmons and 2 free throws on the way for Johanna Smith.
Yeah, great offense right there. Get Fairfield's defense moving. Made them play defense for about a minute right there. That's great offense.
First free throw for Smith on the way is up and good. Smith's got 3. Shemaine Level will check in here for Carmi. So Smith will have one more. It's at 25-22. Smith's second free throw is good. And with that, Smith will take a seat. Addie Elliott checks back in. 25-23, Lady Bulldogs trail Fairfield. 58 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Into the front court, Edwards has it. Met there by Pollard. Carmine a man-to-man. Edwards goes to her left, off to Hooker. She thought about a 3, now puts it on the floor. 2-step inside, and they're going to call for a travel. One of those travel calls that looks a little too cool to not be a travel, I guess. See that a lot in high school basketball.
Yeah, and you see a lot more of it getting away with it. Back in the day,
I
was told a long time ago there's no Euro step in high school basketball.
Some nights there is, most nights there isn't. 2-point Fairfield lead, 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lovell left top now on the right side. Simmons with it. Simmons. Left top, Serafini. Serafini looks. Bounce pass to Lily Pollard on the right wing. Lovell cutting, not there. Now it's Elliott left top. Trying to go down low to Simmons. That pass was tipped. Now Serafini with it. And Serafini travels as she was trying to split defenders, but Fairfield didn't budge. So Fairfield will take over in the final 21 seconds of the third quarter. 25-23, Lady Mules with the lead. Carmi led throughout the first 2.5 quarters, and we've touched on it. Carmi has struggled playing 4 quarters throughout the season. Fairfield will hold for one shot. 10 seconds with Ellis at the top of the key, guarded by Lovell. Ellis goes to her right. Now it's Gonzalez, 5 seconds. Bounce pass, Hooker top of the key, 3 seconds. Hooker throws one up, and it's going to be rebounded by Lovell. That's how the third quarter comes to an end. A 2-point lead for Fairfield. We go to the fourth quarter, 25-23. Back in 1 minute on 97.3 WRUL.
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself with all your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
Start of the fourth quarter, it is Fairfield leading Carmi-White County 25-23. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. Lady Bulldogs have the ball to start the fourth and final stanza. Left side, Ashlyn Rigger has it. Now it's Mara Serafini. Catch and shoot 3! First bank three-pointer. Mara Serafini. Carmi has the lead once again. Great set to start the fourth quarter.
That's exactly how you want to start a fourth quarter right there. Quick one pass, one shot, and it went in.
26-25, Gonzalez on the right wing, dribbles in with the left hand, trying to go back door to an open Ellis. She catches it, turns, can't hit. Rebound, Ashlyn Rager. 26-25, Lady Bulldogs in front as Smith goes in the near corner, Serafini. Power turns and turns it over. She was looking for Rager, who was open, but a good job by Ellis to tip that pass and get the steal. Now it's Edwards going inside. Edwards a shot, no good. Rebound grabbed by Caroline Simmons. 7:05 to play here in the fourth quarter. 26-25. Lady Bulldogs with the lead. Serafini near corner goes to Smith. Now inside to Rager. Rager turns, picks it back up. Now it's on the right side to Simmons. Left top Serafini. Picks up her dribble. Serafini stops, pops, shoots. Shot no good. And the rebound off the hands of Pollard and controlled by Gonzalez for the Lady Mules. 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 26-25. Lady Bulldogs with the lead. Ellis into the front court. Right side Gonzalez. 3-point shot on the way. Too hard. And Serafini the rebound for Carmi. Back-to-back big stops for Carmi with a 1-point lead, 26-25. Simmons goes left top to Pollard. Pollard looks on the right side, left side Smith. Bounce pass to Simmons down low. Simmons to the basket. She gets called for a travel. And did you see travel there, Travis? I didn't see a whole lot.
I think she forgot to put the ball down first.
Maybe
just got a little antsy, maybe shuffled the feet just a little bit.
2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter, 26-25. Ellis goes left, now back right, picks up her dribble. Now cutting is Gonzalez. She picks up hers. Down on the far side with it is Hooker. Hooker will dribble now back to her left. 5:48 to play in the third quarter. Hooker almost carried, no call. Now it's Edwards going inside. Edwards goes back to her left. Her shot good. She's gone to that move 3 or 4 times in this second half. Edwards has 17, and Fairfield back in front, 27-26. Smith, right side Simmons, now near corner Serafini double team, and Simmons cuts and she'll draw the foul on Hooker. That's Hooker's 4th. Old-fashioned little push there from Hooker to save a basket from Simmons. And so Sutton will check back into the game for Fairfield with Hooker having 4 fouls. 27-26. Fairfield leads, 5:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Inbounds pass goes to Simmons. She falls down, and the pass in the backcourt. Serafini trying to fight for it. Sutton has it. Ellis there lays it in. Fairfield catches a huge break as Simmons falls down, and the ball rolled all the way to the other end for a Fairfield basket. Now Pollard travels with 5:10 to go. It was a tough break there for Carmi.
Yeah, it was a good out-of-bounds set. She was open at the top of the key, and pass was a little high, and she just slipped just slightly enough that Fairfield was able to take advantage.
5:08 to play in the fourth quarter, 29-26. Fairfield with the lead and the ball. Ellis across the timeline, dribbles to her left, bounce pass in the near corner. This is going to be Sutton with it. She picks it up, or correction, that's Simpson with it. And they get it over to Edwards, who will dribble to the top of the key. Fairfield's gone very deep tonight. Edwards, now it's Gonzalez cutting inside. Left side, Sutton thought about a 3, now puts it on the floor. To relieve action here again for Fairfield. Edwards goes baseline, off her foot, out of bounds. Ball back over to Carmi with 4:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Olivia Smith will check in here for the Lady Mules. Carmi being led by Mari Serafini with 12 points tonight. 29-26, Smith into the front court. Goes left side to Rager, now back to Smith, back near side Pollard. Near corner Serafini, now back to Pollard, fakes the pass left, now back right. Simmons, open corner 3 is no good, but a foul called against Fairfield before the shot, as I believe it was Gonzalez who committed the foul. That's just her second, just the 4th Fairfield foul. Only 1 foul called against Carmi in this half. Lady Bulldogs keep possession, 4:17 to play. Smith slaps the ball, lobs it inside to Simmons. She'll throw it up, looking for a foul. Got her own rebound, though. Now picks it up and goes over on the far side to Pollard. Now left side to Smith. Smith, near side Serafini, near corner Rager, double team. Back to Serafini, now Smith. Inside to Simmons, double team. Simmons steps through and traveled. Thought they were going to get the shooting foul, but Simmons travels. Another Carmi turnover. And again, just
little mistakes.
In a really close,
yeah,
really close traveling call, in my eyes at least. 3:48 to play in the fourth quarter, 29-26. Fairfield in front with the ball. Sutton left side, now top of the circle. Smith on the far side to Gonzalez. Smith there by Rager. Now Sutton, guarded by Simmons. Back to Gonzalez. Rager with the hand right there. Gonzalez looking, now Sutton got open at top of the key, but it goes back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez still looking, now goes cross-court pass. Open is Edwards. Power gets through a screen, now Edwards has it. 3:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. A 3-point Fairfield lead, 29-26, and a foul called away from the ball against Carmi.
Should be on Lily.
Yep, you're right. Lily Pollard picks up the foul. That is her 3rd foul. So Pollard's got 3, Smith has 3. Just a second foul against Carmi in this half, so really doesn't hurt you, almost helps you a little bit. As Ellis to inbound, lobs it up, now left side to Edwards. 3:10 to play. Fairfield looking to kill some clock with a 3-point lead, 29-26. Edwards left top to Ellis. Ellis waits, top of the circle Gonzalez. Bounce pass left side to Ellis once again. 3 minutes to go. Ellis, cross-court pass on the right side to Edwards. Edwards back to Ellis. Left side, Gonzalez. 3-point shot on the way. It was a deep 2, no good. Rebound, Serafini. A big stop there for Carmi on defense. Simmons into the front court. Near corner, Serafini. Mara looks. Back to Simmons on the right top. Back in the near corner, Serafini. Fairfield's dropped down to a zone defense. Smith, cross court. Rager in the far corner. Rager looking over the defense. Now it's Smith. Goes in the near corner, back to Serafini. Thought about a three. Back to Smith. Back to Serafini. Near corner, Simmons. Back to Serafini again. 2:20 left to play. Cross-court pass to Rager. Wanted to go baseline. Picks it up. Now back to Smith. Now back to Rager in the corner. Three-point shot. Got the bounce! Three-point shot. Ashlyn Rager, a first bank three. And we are tied at 29.
That's a big shot right there.
And a great job by Carmi to move the ball and find the open man. Rager hit the three. We'll take a timeout. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Back in 30 seconds.
ProArc Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this area have depended on. ProArc Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling from parking lots, driveways, and washouts. ProArc Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on ProArc Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember ProArc Transport for fast, dependable service. Call ProArc Transport today at 265-3665.
2:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Carmi and Fairfield tied at 29 after a big three-point shot from Ashlyn Rager. And, Rager not a big three-point shooter. That is just her fifth three-point make of the season. And it couldn't come at a better time to tie the ball game at 29. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. J.C. Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penderon with us. For those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel, Carmi trying to get their first conference win of the season. 2 minutes to play. Ellis into the front court, goes to her left, hands it off to Hooker back in the ballgame, playing with 4 fouls. Backdoor pass taken away, picked off by Lily Pollard. Pollard was glued onto Edwards, who was trying to get open baseline. Now Carmi has it, 1:45 to play. Rager left top, now Pollard dribbles to her right, now back to her left. Serafini, deep three on the way, good! Carmi leads!
Great design play right there, get Mara a wide open three.
I think Clinton saw that play from his brother maybe.
Yeah.
Very similar to what we saw Carmi run for Mitchell Edwards a lot last week. Lady Bulldogs lead by 3, 32-29, 1:20 left to play. Ellis going left, hands it off to Edwards in the basket. Edwards throws one up and somehow gets the bounce. Edwards has 19, and the Lady Bulldog lead is 1 with 1:08 to play. So here we go. You take care of the ball and you make your free throws, you'll be okay. Left side Pollard. Serafini cutting inside. Serafini! Floater no good, but Simmons for the offensive rebound. Jump ball is called, and the arrow favors Fairfield. With 56.2 seconds. So now if you're Carmi, you need a stop. I can imagine Fairfield will kill a lot of clock on this possession if they can. Ellis goes to her right. Dribble weave here as Gonzalez has it. Smith poked it, tries to go get the loose ball. Now Gonzalez picks it up and Smith commits the foul.
Yeah, good extra effort there by Johanna. Just a little too aggressive there. Got tripped up.
And
that's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not. It's only the third Carmi foul, but it is the fourth on Smith. Timeout, Fairfield. Full timeout. We'll take one as well. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Back in 1 minute on 97.3 WRUL.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Evil Eye Creative Studio in Carmi is a full-service communications and design consultancy. Located in the heart of Southern Illinois, we have a strong focus on small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. From t-shirts to business cards to large format banners, we are excited to make your design project a reality. We also specialize in video and audio production. Reach out to us to see how we can create something amazing together, all within your budget. Evil Eye Creative Studio. What can we create with you?
Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. 41.8 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Carmi hang on to a 1-point lead. Fairfield does have the ball. And You got to think if you're Carmine, you get a stop. You know, Fairfield has got to foul a couple more times to make it a free throw game. Just 3 fouls against Carmine, 4 against Fairfield. So here we go, 38 seconds. Ellis goes to her left. Now it's Hooker going to her right. Now it's Smith with a three-point shot on the way. In and out. Rebound is grabbed by Edwards. Second chance. Now it's Smith on the far side to Ellis. 26 seconds. Ellis picks up her dribble, and a timeout taken by Fairfield as Tanya Conrad wants to talk things over. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 22.2 seconds to go. Hey, Travis, you had Fairfield shooting a contested three. You could have got the rebound and kind of iced it away, but you allow an offensive rebound. Now Fairfield a second chance to win the game with 22 seconds.
Yeah, you let them take the shot you wanted them to take. Yeah. Deep contested three, just got a little confused on the boxing out part, and can't allow offensive rebound in this type of situation. Still not the worst thing in the world. Just got to get in there, stop here. Cannot foul. Well, you cannot foul on a shot, I should say.
22.2 seconds to go. A 1-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Fairfield has the ball. 32-31. Ellis to inbound. Fairfield goes 4 across. Ellis lobs it into Edwards. Right elbow. Edwards goes left side. Gonzalez. 19 seconds. Lobs it inside. Pass tipped. Hooker had it. Ellis going drive. Shot good with 13 seconds and a timeout taken by Clinton Wolf with 11.8 to go. The pass got tipped, but Ellis going towards the basket was able to catch it and hit the shot with 11.8. Timeout taken by Clinton Wolf. We'll keep it here with 11.8. Carmine, that close to getting a stop. Now you got to get a basket with just 12 seconds to go.
Yeah, they got to get something going to the basket. They can't really waste too much time. They got to get something going to the basket, most likely with Mara going to the basket. She's been the hottest hand tonight.
You know, we saw Carmine in that game against El Dorado a couple weeks ago have a couple situations like this. We got to go the length of the floor at the end of the first half. Remember that shot Serafini hit? They even ran one at the end of the game. They got Serafini open for a three that was blocked. So there's no question Carmine's got some sets and some plays that they can run in this spot. But really, 12 seconds is a lot of time. You know, more or less you can run an actual offensive play in the half court as long as Fairfield doesn't apply full court pressure. And again, Fairfield might as well. Only 4 fouls.
Yeah. And I mean, even if they get inbound it, then you foul, inbound it, foul. If Fairfield's got 2 to give to you, they can take off about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and again, we've figured Fairfield would apply pressure, and they do. 11.8 seconds. Simmons to inbound. Simmons looks, gets it to Smith. Now back to Simmons, lost it. Simmons picks it up, and Clinton Wolf quickly calls another timeout. And not the best scenario at all by Carmine, because all you did was lose 5 seconds and a full timeout taken by Clinton Wolf. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
7.7 seconds to play. Carmi has the ball down by a point. They got to go the length of the floor. And Fairfield, is going to apply some pressure. Carmi almost turned it over a few seconds ago, but Wolf got a timeout off before they could. So now you pretty much got to set something up for the full court play here.
They're running a 4 cross right now.
Rager to inbound. She slaps the ball. Rager looks. Rager gets it into Simmons. 7 seconds. Simmons across the timeline, and she's fouled with 5.1. And again, Carmi not in the bonus. Really a smart foul by Fairfield. And Clinton Wolf wanting to see if he has any timeouts left, and he does, and he'll take one. So, but So both coaches want a timeout, and then and Wolf and Conrad jokingly yelling to see who called the timeout first. But they charged a timeout against Carmi, so it will be Carmi ball with 5.1 seconds left. So now, Travis, you only lost 2 seconds. So you get the ball in the half court. Now you can set up really an inbounds play, more or less, to get you an open shot for the win. That's what you're looking for here.
Yeah, you got to go for the win right now. You got to get something going to the basket. I mean, if you could take a three-pointer, but why make it harder? You're only down one. Might as well go for a two and hope you get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is you don't want to turn the ball. You don't want to at least not get a shot up here.
You have to get a shot up here no matter what it is.
And if you get one up earlier, you give yourself a chance for a rebound. Man, Fairfield really nobody back as Edwards now kind of backs up at the volleyball line. Rager to inbound, 5.1 seconds. Lady Bulldogs down by a point. Rager lobs it in. Simmons right side. Simmons puts it on the floor, 3 seconds. Simmons dribbles it off her foot, out of bounds. Fairfield ball with 2 seconds. And Carmi with only 3 fouls. And Conrad will take a timeout.
And the only scenario you did not want to have happen.
Simmons had a step, had a lane to the basket. And you could tell right when she's getting ready to pick up her dribble and put up a shot, lost the ball on her way up. So now, I mean, another thing is Travis Carmi only 3 fouls. So you got to find a way to foul 3 more times.
In 2 seconds.
In 2 seconds. And the odds just really against you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had your chance, and it was Carmi had it set up pretty well. They had Simmons open on the right wing. She drove in, and, you put a freshman in a spot like this, varsity game, to try to hit the game-winning shot, and they make a mistake. I mean, you got to understand it.
Yeah, I mean, they played well tonight. They've had their opportunity, and it just didn't, things didn't fall their way.
So if you're Carmi, you have no choice but to steal the inbounds pass. Mm-hmm. But again, I can't see any situation to where Fairfield doesn't get this inbounds cleanly and run this clock out.
You just got to put somebody on the inbound and just cannot get beat deep here.
33-32. Fairfield has the ball on a 1-point lead. 2 seconds to go. Ellis will inbound. Carmi will try to deny all the way around. Ellis slaps the ball. Serafini jumping, trying to steal the pass. Ellis gets it in to Hooker, and she's fouled with just 0.3 seconds. And that will just about do it. They got the pass in. And why not one more timeout taken by Fairfield with 0.3 of a second to go. 30-second break. And all Fairfield's got to do is just touch this ball in play, and this one will be all over. And Carmi, for the second conference game in a row, just right there to get in that first conference win, but they're going to fall to 0-7 and 9-15 on the year. And this was a game where they led, really throughout the first 2.5 quarters, back and forth from that point forward. And the shot made by Ellis, Fairfield has made one more play than Carmi did, but there's no question the turnover is going to be the biggest difference in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So 0.3 seconds. All Fairfield's got to do is just touch the ball in play. Ellis to inbound, lobs it in the backcourt. Hooker is there, and this one's over. Fairfield comes on the road, and they sweep the Lady Bulldogs, both JV and varsity. They win at 33-32. A heartbreaking loss for Carmi here at home, and the Lady Bulldogs fall to 0-7 in the BDC and 9-15 on the season. All right, so we'll take a 2-minute break, come back with the post-game stats, and we'll chat with head coach Clinton Wolf right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Family medicine providers care for everyone in your family through all stages of life. If you need a primary care provider, Farrell Hospital has 3 new family medicine physicians accepting new patients. Dr. Clay Ford in Harrisburg, Dr. Samantha Mosby in El Dorado, and Dr. Chris Moore in McLeansboro for quality, convenient primary care close to home for both adults and children. Visit farrellhospital.org and call to make your appointment today.
Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi has over 500 eyeglass frames to choose from in stock. Also, a large selection of designer sunglass, non-prescription or prescription. Taylor Eye Care treats every patient like a member of their family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Call Taylor Eye Care at 618-382-4683 for your next eye exam. That's 618-382-4683. Taylor Eye Care, excellence in eye care.
Roark Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this area have depended on. Roark Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling from parking lots, driveways, and washouts. Roark Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember Roark Transport for fast, dependable service. Call Roark Transport today at 265-3665.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Final score, Carmi falls to Fairfield in a heartbreaker, 33-32. As Fairfield, a last-second shot with about 12 seconds to go. Carmi couldn't answer at the other end, and the Lady Bulldogs fall to 9-15 on the season and 0-7 in the BDC East. Fairfield, on the other hand, improves to 14-11 on the campaign. Being joined by head coach Clinton Wolf, and coach, just another heartbreaker, and at the end of the day, it just came down that they made one more play than you guys did at the very end.
Absolutely. That's what we just talked about down there at the end of the locker room. It wasn't a long speech there. Those girls are disappointed. You know, that's if it doesn't hurt, losses like this, if they don't hurt, it probably doesn't mean much to you. And every one of those girls battled their tails off tonight, and you know, every one of them are struggling with this loss, as we all are. And that means they care about it, which is a good thing. That means we're going to come back and go back to work the next 2 days.
I mean, you guys were really impressive with your half-court offense there in that second quarter. I mean, you guys didn't really score too much, but that was just because you were missing shots. But you guys were passing the ball extremely well, even the entire game, and just speak to how they've improved in that sense on the half-court offensive.
Yeah, you know, Fairfield does an excellent job, whether it's their man-to-man defense or when they run their zone defense. They just match up so well. And, you know, we didn't want to force things. We didn't want to have those unforced turnovers in the half court. We really wanted to eliminate that. And so we preached being patient against their defense, which we were. We were, and you know, a couple of shots for us didn't fall that normally would. And that's okay. You know, a couple of shots went in for them that are some girls that came off the bench that, you know, kudos, good for you. You knocked one down. You know, two of those things go the other way. We're having a different conversation right now. But I was really, really proud of our girls offensively. You know, in the third quarter, we kind of got a little sluggish, but we bounced out of that in the fourth quarter and did a nice job of trying to execute what we were trying to accomplish.
You played these girls last month. You lost by 22 points. You come back the second time around and lose by 1. And as we've kind of seen the second part of the schedule, second time around of the conference games, you guys are doing that. You know, if you guys weren't where you need to be in the first half of the season. You're slowly but surely getting there. I know this loss stinks, but I know you feel better with how things are going over the past couple of weeks and where they are going right now.
Absolutely. You know, we're getting better. You know, early in the season we were getting better sometimes minute by minute, not just quarter by quarter or game by game. You know, we're doing a really, really good job of being coachable, working extremely hard in practice to get better, and that's showing when we come out here and play ball games. You know, we've got a stretch here. We knew coming in tonight with Fairfield, and then we go to Edwards County, and then we have Hamilton County, and then we go up to Flora. I mean, that's a load to end the back end of our season here, our conference schedule here at the end of the season. And so, you know, we talk about one game at a time, and you really, really want to get this one. But the improvements that we've seen, you know, again, we talked about there aren't any, I'm not a believer in moral victories, but we're getting better. And that's all we can do. We got to be playing our best basketball at the end of the season. Kind of looking forward to regionals that will come out late next week. You know, we're in a position here, depending on how things fall, to maybe even host that Saturday play-in game. And that's huge because then we also host the regionals. So you might have a game that's winnable that Saturday. Then you get to turn around and play in your own gym. And again, we're playing with some momentum right now. We're getting better. You never know what may happen, but you have to continue to do those things every day in practice and each night when you play to get yourselves in a position of getting better night in and night out, day in and day out at practice, to put yourself in that position at the end of the season. But, we've got a load here coming up, and we can't lose sight of what we're trying to do. We've got to continue to believe in what we're trying to accomplish here.
Well, it's a load indeed. You guys go to Edwards County on Thursday. They were a great ball club that beat Hamilton County I saw last week. Kind of what's your takeaways? Taking them around against the Lady Lions.
Yeah, they're a talented ball club with their younger girls. They've got a really nice senior in Shepherd, another senior that's just a nice little role player that gives them some really, really good minutes. And then the McKinney girls, a talented young lady, and then they bring some freshmen off the bench. I mean, they are an absolute load, and they've beaten Hamilton County recently. They beat Fairfield recently, both of those by double digits. So you're going up on the road to their place, and we're going to have the defensive effort we had tonight. That was in my opinion, what kind of hurt us tonight was there was about a 3-minute stretch where I felt like we got a little tired defensively, and Edwards went down and had back-to-back trips where she scored. And we did a really, really good job with her in the first half of when she got in the paint, of walling her off and forcing her to kick and not letting her get her feet down, both feet in the paint, where she can turn around and shoot. And it's going to be the same type of effort next Thursday when we play Edwards County with the Bishop girl and then the McKinney girl. Got to guard them very, very similar. So, we'll take this, what we learned tonight and how we guarded it, show them the things we did well, and just reiterate the fact of how we have to not let those two girls get going.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. Talk to you on Thursday.
Guys, I appreciate the coverage. Thank you.
That's Clinton Wolf as the Lady Bulldogs fall tonight. 33-32, the final against Fairfield. A last-second heartbreaking loss for Carmi, and they fall to 9-15 on the year, and they go to Edwards County on Thursday. The post-game show is brought to you by Roark Transport, hauling fuel, rock, grain, and more to help our community grow. Call 265-3665 for more. Real quick, the individual scoring line there in the game for Carmi. Mara Serafini had 15 points. We got 5 points from Caroline Simmons, 4 from Johanna Smith, 5 points also from Ashton Rager, 2 from Lily Pollard, and 1 from Shemaine Lovell. Travis, team stats?
Carmi shot 10 of 29 for 34%, 5 of 11 for 45% from deep, and 7 of 9 for 78% from the line. Fairfield shot 13 of 31 for 42%, 5 of 14 for 36% from 3, 2 of 3 for 67% from the line. Carmi had 6 offensive, 12 defensive rebounds along with 15 turnovers, and Fairfield had 4 offensive, 9 defensive with 14 turnovers.
So turnovers-wise, Carmi won more than Fairfield, and you lose by 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, it was just down the stretch. Carmi had 6 turnovers in that fourth quarter. Fairfield was leading for most of the game in turnovers till that fourth quarter, and that's really where the money is made and games are won.
The bounce back report comes your way. Thanks to the good folks at Wabash Christian Therapy on Oak Street in Carmi. Get back in the game and call Wabash Christian today. So, Travis, again, things don't get much easier for Carmi going to Edwards County on Thursday. We saw them a couple weeks ago here in Carmi, and they are a load, really 1 through 5, and Carmi is going to have their hands full. But, again, a lot to build off, and as Clint made a very good point, I thought, going to the postseason, you never know what can happen here at home, but Carmi, despite the 1 point loss, they are miles ahead from what they were back in November.
Oh, yeah. I mean, offensively, they're great on the half court now. They're moving the ball well. It's just at times they get a little stagnant, and they still make a couple mental mistakes with some of the passes. And defensively, they have improved so much. They played so well tonight, and they did it without fouling. And at the beginning of the year, they were forcing a lot of turnovers, but they're also fouling a lot. They'd have 8 to 9 fouls in just the first quarter or third quarter at times. I mean, they had 3 fouls for the whole second half, and they forced Fairfield into 7 turnovers in that second half. So that just tells you they're getting better every single day. If they can take the bits and pieces, I mean, they were 1 play away from winning this game, but if they can take the defensive, being able to make people turn it over without fouling, offensively, that ball movement, and just eliminate some of those mental mistakes, some of those turnovers, they're going to put themselves in a great position for Thursday.
And again, Carmi falls to 9-15 on the year with a 33-32 loss here at home against Fairfield. Let's get to wrap things up for us tonight at McDougall-Evers. Big thanks to J.C. Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. For Asher Penrod with us, for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. For Travis Black, I'm Cole Carter. Have a great night, Bulldog fans.